The man just slept in the car. When he woke up, he found his hands were handcuffed. The man panicked and tried desperately to pinch them, but they never opened. So the man got out of the car and grabbed the keys from his son. Then he opened the toy handcuffs on his hands. It turns out that the man because the previous blackmail others $30 million after that. He was afraid that he would be caught by the police one day. However, the man did all this in order to save his son. He thought it was worth it. Then the man drove his son to the doctor, but he didn't expect his car to break down in the middle of the road. After settling his wife and son, the man went to a car repair store. After checking the car, the owner told the man that there was a big problem with the car. He told him to pay $500 and come back tomorrow morning to pick up his car. However, in this unfamiliar place, the man didn't bargain with him, but he didn't know that he had been taken over by the boss. The next day, the man came to pick up the car on time, but the boss asked for a huge sum of money. He asked him to pay $5,000 for the repairs. He also told him that the engine had been replaced with an imported one, but the man realized that the engine hadn't been touched at all. So the man took out his cell phone and tried to call the police, but he didn't realize that two thugs with hammers suddenly came out of the house. When he saw this, the man could only give him $5,000. However, the boss asked the man to give him some money for his hard work. In this case, the man could only accept the situation. Then he received the money and gave him the keys. Soon after, the man drove the car out. At that moment, the man saw the van at the intersection. So the man had a plan. He took out the leftover gasoline from the trunk. Then he poured it all into the van. Then he went to the house and borrowed a light from the boss. Then he went back to his car and continued on his way. As he drove past the van, he threw his cigarette out the window. The cigarette exploded the moment it hit the car. Looking at the crowd in the rearview mirror, the man drove off in style.